Okay, we're going to start today by looking at more of the concept of applying trigonometry to different scenarios. Today, we're going to look at area of triangles and how we can use our trig to help us with that. There is a new formula out that we can use now that we've worked with our trig to find the area of a triangle. All right, and this is when we don't know the height of the triangle, whether it be an acute angle or acute or obtuse triangle rather than a right triangle. So we don't know the height. We can actually use this formula: area equals 1/2 times A times B times the sine of C. And A and B represent side lengths of the triangle, and C has to be the included angle. Okay, so a little look at why this works, just explaining where this formula comes from. Let's just say we were given this triangle ABC, and we're asked to find the area of it. Okay, we have the height given to us here. So the way we would traditionally find the area of this triangle is just go 1/2 base times height. 1/2, the base would be this distance. AC is, they're labeling it as B. So the length of this side is B units. The height of this triangle is H. So 1/2 base times height will give us area. Okay. Now the new formula looks like this: area equals 1/2 A times B times the sine of C. And let's talk a little bit about where this comes from. Okay, let's look back here at the triangle and let's look at angle C, and let's think of this as the triangle we're going to focus on right now. Okay, with the height drawn in. If you were to find the sine of angle C based on this triangle, you would do opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite would be H, hypotenuse would be A. So the sine of C is really H over A, opposite over hypotenuse. Now, if you look at your formula now, I got an A in the denominator and A in the numerator. I could cancel those two out. And when I cancel those two out, I'm left with area equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, which is what my original formula is. So this can be thought of to bring you to the original equation. But now what happens is, notice in this new formula, I don't have to know the height of the triangle. I just need to know two side lengths and the included angle. And if I have that much information, we can now find the area without having to go through a process of trying to find the height. All right, so let's apply this a little bit. Let's say we were asked to find the area of the triangle. Now notice the directions say do not use intermediate computations. Round your answers to the nearest tenth. Intermediate computations, what it refers to is if you have to find, let's say, the sine of 47 in this case, they don't want you to find the sine of 47 and give a rounded version and then use that rounded number to keep working in a problem, because it just compounds the error. So I'll show you what we're talking about here. So to find the area of the triangle, we're going to use our new formula: 1/2 A times B times the sine of C. Now, A, we'll just say that this is A right here, this 11.1. It really doesn't matter which one you call A or B. B is 14.1. So here are the two side lengths I know. 47 is my included angle. So 1/2, 14.1 times 11.1 times the sine of 47. So what we want to do is to not have this intermediate computations thing, is to just do this all at once. So if you got your calculator out, you're multiplying these four numbers together. So how you want to go about it, you could do the sine of 47, hit equals, and then multiply that by 11.1, multiply that by 14.1, then divide by 2, or multiply by 0.5. But you want to do it all at once with no rounding in between to come to your final answer of 57.2 units squared. Okay, another one, really no different. This is not a right triangle. We don't have a height of the triangle given to us, so we can use this new formula. I know two side lengths, the 20.5 and the 22.7, and I have the included angle, so that fits the formula: 1/2 A times B times the sine of C. So A I called 22.7, B I called the 20.5, the included angle is 47. And again, you want to do all this at once in your calculator to get the most accurate possible answer, 170.2. Okay. Moving into another example, if you notice here, I have the side length 6.7 and 5.7, but I don't have the included angle. Well, they've given us enough information to figure that out. So we got to find angle F first. Well, we're talking about the triangle sum theorem. So we know 34 plus 58 taken away from 180 has to be what angle F is. Angle F is 88 degrees. So now that I know angle F is 88, I can jump into my formula. 1/2 A times B times sine of C. A and B are the 6.7 and the 5.7. And then the included angle is the 88. Again, you're going to do it all at once in the calculator. You get about 19.1 units squared. Another example, same concept. We have two side lengths given, but we're not given the included angle. So 180 minus 83 plus 35. Angle K is 62. Now I have my included angle. So new formula, 1/2 A times B times the sine of C. A, I think, is 6. B is 10.5. Doesn't matter which order you put them in. The included angle is 62. We found that above. All at once in the calculator, 27.8 units squared. Okay, so that's using the new formula to find area. We can also use trig if we're given a right triangle like this to find an unknown side length to help us find area. So if we look at this example, we're told this is a 41-degree angle. It's a right triangle, so I can use my trig on it. And this distance is 19. So we're going to use the traditional formula, 1/2 base times height. Our base and height are these two side lengths. So I think I called 19 the height, and I called this side length the base. So what we've got to do is find the base, and then I can plug it all in here and find the area. All right, to find the base, we got to use trig. I'm going to go tangent. Tangent of 41 is opposite over adjacent. That H kind of threw me off. Almost said hypotenuse, but that's height. All right, opposite over adjacent. Solve for B, multiply both sides by 19, and B is equal to 19 times tangent of 41. Let's go back to this again. No intermediate computation. So we don't want to multiply this together and round that answer. We want to use this expression in my formula. So now when I go to plug things in, I'm going to do 1/2 times 19 times the tangent of 41, which is the base, then times the height, which is 19. So again, in your calculator, I want you to do this all at once. 19 times tangent of 41 times 19 divided by 2 all at once. 156.9 units squared. Okay. So this is still using trig, but now we're not using that new formula. We're going to use the old one and just use a little trig to find a side length. Let's do another one here. So I have this given. This is a right triangle. So we can use our base formula. And we know that I think I called this the base and this the height. It doesn't matter which one you call which. These two are the base and the height. Okay, we don't know the base. We know the height is 15. So we got to figure out base, and we're going to use trig to do it. So we're going to go tangent of 50 is opposite over adjacent, 15 over B. Now we got to solve for B. We're going to multiply both sides by B. That will cancel the B out of the denominator here. And now I want to isolate the B from this side. I'm going to divide both sides by tangent. Oh, shoot, that should say 41. Sorry about that. So my answer is B equals 15 over the tangent of 41. I wonder if I boogered this up the whole way through. I did. Guys, my answer is going to be wrong here, so you're going to have to correct it for me. All right, so this should be 1/2 times 15 over the tangent of 41 times 15. Do it all at once in your calculator, and I'm not going to give you the right answer. This is wrong. Okay, my apologies. I missed my 41 there, but that should have been a 41 right there. That answer should be different. Okay, but that's how we do that second process there. Okay, so what I did tonight is I gave you a couple more elevation and depression questions along with some of these area of these triangle questions. Okay, so your homework is on Alex. So I'll let you guys get at that. Not too many questions. I think you'll have no trouble with it.